This is a viewer requested video. This is Epic Collection Fantastic Force, Epic Collection The More Things Change, Epic Collection, Epic Volume Number Collection. This is the Steve Englehart run. This is the second volume, collecting part of his run. This is the first, the beginning is in this. And the third and final part of his run is yet to be announced. This one got a good cover. We got the Fantastic Force there and Mr. Doom. What's going on? Is he a member of the team? Well, that is a story element. It's a bait and switch. We kick off though with an unrelated graphic novel. It's the Hulk versus the Thing, written by Jim Starman, that I have very little to say about. So instead, I'll just talk about Steve Englehart, since he writes most of the comics in this collection. First up, one of his ideas with Fantastic Force was... well, actually, I'm going to be referring to his website a lot in this video. So if you haven't seen his website, you should all get onto it, because it's fucking hilarious. He reflects on all his comics work, and he is properly deluded. He thinks that he has wrote like the most majestic and important literature ever, and that he created like one of the best characters in not just all of comics but all of everything, with fucking Willow from the Avengers. And he goes on loads of rants filled with paranoid conspiracies about Marvel Comics trying to stifle his brilliant creativity. Anyway, with Fantastic Force, one of his big ideas was, well, he thinks that a Fantastic Force, their book, it has been shit ever since Stanley Lee and Jack Quimby left the book, which is a tremendous statement to make, and a massive insult to everyone who came after them, which includes Jason Byrne, who preceded Steve Englehart and wrote a very beloved and popular run on the book. But the reason Steve Englehart thinks that a Fantastic Force is shit is because Mr. Fantasticals and the Invisible Wife, they are boring and nobody likes them and nobody cares about them. So in the first trade, in like its first few issues, well, straight away he writes Mr. Fantasticals and the Invisible Wife out of the book and replaces them with new members. Here we kick off with his iteration of the team. The Thing, he is the leader now. The Human Fire. This is Iris West, the Flash's missus. She was a member in the Silver Age, so bringing her on makes sense. And this is Miss McDonald's. And straight up, I think you shouldn't be allowed to write a comic book if your opinion is that 70% of what came before you is all crap, and that half the main characters are shit. But Miss McDonald's here, she's going to be the first thing that I talk about. Miss McDonald's was a character who was co-created by Marky Mark Griswold, who I am a big fan of. He is like one of my favouriteest writers. And Miss McDonald's, before this run, she was an intriguing character. I liked her, I wanted to see more of her. And Steve Englehart decides to add her to the Fantastic Force. It kind of makes sense. She was from the Things comic. She was in an on-again, off-again relationship with him. So it makes sense that she would show up in the Fantastic Force book. But apparently, off-panel, between her appearance in Captain America 331 and this run, she was just raped multiple times. And now she hates all men because she was raped. Steve Englehart, he took a character, he took a fun, cheerful character, and just decided to burden her with loads of off-panel rape to effectively make her into another character entirely. Also, because the Fantastic Four comics, they have been shit for so long, he thinks that after 300 issues, they still need such exciting new villains added to their rogues gallery, like a racist stereotype. And with Miss McDonald's, it doesn't end with her being raped or her hating men to the point of violent frenzy whenever she sees one, because what happens is, well, it's at the end of the next issue, her and the Thing, they go into space and they get hit by cosmic rays, and then the Thing, he transforms into a fucking pineapple, but Miss McDonald's, she is transformed into a rock monster, just like the Thing. So he took a character, gave her a completely new personality and loads of questionable and disgusting unseen backstory, just to make her into a distaff version of another character. Most of the run though, it's just the Thing moping around about being a monster, about being ugly, about how nobody loves them, because the comics, well, they have been shit since Stanley Lee and Jack Quimby, and what would make them good again is if you enact forcible changes to ensure the characters get to act exactly as they did in the Silver Age. And then there's loads and loads of corny and turgid romance between the two Things. Then he embarks on a really long-winded story where the team, they're going to discover the secret history and the unknown origins of the Marvel Universe. And it includes a bunch of characters who have now to do with the Fantastic Force. Like Morpheus, the Living Dracula, and Captain Atom, and Cheetah from the Avengers. And this whole story, it's a waste of time because it's all just in service of a spiteful retcon. Then though, we do have a pretty good issue just cutting in between the shit, which is a chapter of the Digivolutionary War. And this one is alright. It's got the Unhumans in it, who are better than the Excellent Men. And there's some nice bits in this, but really, this is all just in service of writing Iris out of the book. And then we get onto this whole era of the team where it's like toying with the idea of who's going to replace her, who's going to be the fourth member of the team. And the first suggestion is Mr. Doom, and that's quite exciting, that's interesting. This is a good cover as well, but unfortunately this story is awful. You see, what happened was, Timothy Shooter, he was editor-in-chief at Marvel, but a lot of people at Marvel, they didn't really like him because he was a very demanding person. Then Tom the Falcon took over as editor-in-chief, and one of his first big campaigns as editor-in-chief was to undermine and overturn things that were definitively linked to Timothy Shooter's tenure. Stuff like the Human Fire's relationship with the blind woman, or Captain Marvel's, the real one, Monica Rambeau, leading the Avengers. There was just loads of little stuff that he insisted people undo or retcon. But Timothy Shooter, he wrote and created Beyond a Man. So here, Beyond a Man, he is brought in and it's revealed that he's not anywhere near as powerful as he was, and he's actually just a wimpy little tesseract having an identity crisis. Obviously, Mr. Doom, he doesn't join the team. He doesn't join the Fantastic Four because he is a villain. So who's going to join instead? Is it going to be the Hulk? No, it's not going to be the Hulk. And we end with this one, really. And then the next one, the very next volume, you'll find out that he was planning, he was working towards trying to put his pet character, the best character in everything ever, fucking Willow, onto the team. Because you see, what happened was, both the Avengers editor and the Silver Surfman editor, he was writing both of those books as well, both those editors told him to stop using Willow in those books. So he just thought, oh, third time's the charm. Anyway, he got kicked off Fantastic Force, and he's still pissy about Marvel not letting him tell all his shite little Willow stories. Bonuses here though, got a preview there from Marvel Age magazine. We got some press stuff also from Marvel Age, previewing the run. And here we've got some, this is some promo art there. This is by Michael Elboy. I quite like that one. I'd like that as a poster, actually. It's a really good image. Shame they just wasted it for a promo. Promo there for when they're teasing, oh, is the Hulk gonna join? And then we've got a remastered cover for this collection. Shame that story is utter shit, because it is a good cover. I didn't recommend this, so this whole run, it's not good, but it's also written from a place of the author thinking most of the Fantastic Force comics and half of their characters are shit, and that he is the person who can finally make the book work again by telling editorial mandated retcons about Beyond a Man and stories about Willow being a cosmic messiah, while other women are mutated and raped and abused. Nah, this isn't good. I rate this 7 thumbs up. This is just like a little bonus on the end of that video, because it wasn't actually in the trade that I was talking about, but it is an important part of that run, and most of the stuff's in this one. What he does with Iris West is terrible. He takes this character who, again, was quite a fun character. She was very happy. She was married to the Flash, and for some reason he decides to make her just be horrible. She has an affair, like she willingly commits adultery, and then the Flash turns fucking psychopathically evil, like well past the point of, oh, I am annoyed that my wife has completely fucking made a joke of me by sleeping with some nobody behind my back. Fucking Steve Englehart fucking shit.